Next, I'm going to go to my select tool, and I'm going to select this chunk of my piano right here. And this time I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to split the clip. I don't want to trim anything out, I just want to split it. And what I've done is I've split this second part of the piano music from the first few chords. Now, because I had a fade applied to that track, it tries to apply the same kind of fade to where I split it. And I don't want that, so I'm going to grab my fade and pull that over. Please, no fades between these two pieces. Now I've made the split, and the reason that I've done that is I want to select this second part of the music, differentiated from the first, and I'm going to add some effects to this. Now the way I do that is to select it, and I go to Edit, Effects, and that pulls open an Effects menu. It shows me my selected piece of music, and I have 4 different areas to add effects. So I can go to this drop down menu here, and let's see, I'll start with Sweep Peak. What is that? It gives me some settings here which can be changed by clicking on it and dragging it. Now I can listen to what the effect would sound like by clicking on the play button. Now I can take the effect off by clicking clear. And let's look at something else. I'm going to look at reverb. Listen to reverb. And reverb, sort of an echoey effect. Once I decide that I like that, I can click apply. Note that you can put effects on the top of each other to create interesting sounds and interesting feelings of tone. I'm happy with the reverb that I applied, so I will click the apply button. You get a little menu that loads up showing, depending on how big a chunk you apply your effect to, it might take a moment or two for it to actually apply to the track. Now I get this little FX1, which shows me that there is an effect on this track. If I double click on that, it opens up my menu again where the effect is added. So if I want to add to or clear the effect, I can do it that way. Now I'm going to click this auto button here, and note that when I click on auto, it takes away the menu where I added those fades. I can put it back, always get back to it by clicking auto. But I can see I have this white line here which shows me that I've faded in, and I've also got this piece of music here which I've added an effect to. So the next step is to actually record audio. And I should have told you at the beginning, the best way to do this is to plug your microphone in at the get-go before you open up the Aviary editor. That way when it's loading, it can check and see that you have other microphones added to your computer to choose from. So no problem if you don't have your microphone plugged in right now. You can go to Save and click Save. It'll show you your save process. And click that. You can reopen Aviary, and it will ask you, you can open up your file again and with your fresh microphone plugged in. Now to record audio within the Aviary platform, you go down here and click Record. And when I do, I get a little menu popped up. Now the first thing you see oftentimes is the Adobe settings. Aviary is a web page, and web pages, when they use Flash to use your camera or your microphone, you have to allow this. And this is a privacy setting. We like that Adobe does this. For this case, go ahead and click Allow. You can also click Remember, and you won't be prompted for this next time you come to Aviary. I'm going to click Close. Now the first menu is to choose your microphone. by default it's your built-in microphone. I have my headset plugged in, so I'm going to choose my headset. You can increase or decrease your record volume. My suggestion for record volume is somewhere around 75%. If you go all the way up to 100, you're in danger of clipping, and clipping means that the audio level was too high for the microphone, and the effect is sort of a clicking and a popping in the recording. So if you put your record volume sort of down low a little bit, you won't be in danger of clipping. I'm not going to change my record volume right now because I'm doing the screen capture, and it will actually change my volume for the screen capture as well. Now I'm going to click the button to start recording, and once I do that, that's the point where you record. I'm just going to start recording my narration. So I'll click this. This is the point in my audio assignment where I tell you all about my multimedia project. I'll talk about my learners. I'll talk about my learner objectives. I'll talk about the multimedia that I'd like to utilize for the project. And I'll talk about the different kinds of deliverables and formats for the project itself. So check out the audio assignment for the full description of what you'll narrate. And when you're done, you can click Stop Recording. Now it takes a few moments. You saw This is the point in my audio assignment. There you go. I'll hit stop. It processes the audio a little bit. Now within Aviary, you have a chance to review your audio before you actually add it to your project. So once it's ready, it will start playing for you, auto play, and then you can click playback. This is the point in my audio assignment where I tell you all about my multimedia project. You can review what you've recorded, basically, and decide whether it was a good take or not. Now, if you decide that it was not a good take and you want to re-record, you can hit start recording again and record your narration again. But warning here, if you click start record, what you recorded previously will be thrown away. So if you think it was a somewhat good take and you might be able to edit it, meaning you could trim or split some of the audio out that you liked, I suggest you import your recording to your project. So you click import to project, and then it will process for a few moments. Oh, well, first you give it a recording name. You can give this anything you would like. By default, it tells you the date and time. I'm just going to click save, and it processes for a moment. Now, once it's done processing, note that in the imported files you can see the recording that you just made. So I'm going to grab that and just pull it right onto the track right here. I'll even overlap these. Now I'm going to name this track number 2, my recorded audio, and this is the chunk that I just recorded using the recording interface. I'm going to click save. And you can uncheck this if you don't want to see it each time. Now note, I'm going to take my first track. This is where the piano music. Now note that right here in the track, the way that it's set up, the playhead, there's overlapping audio, which means that not only will I hear the piano music from this track, I will also start to hear the recorded audio that I did using the audio recorder. So let's listen to the effect. This is the point in my audio assignment where I tell you all about my multimedia project. And I could go here and add a quick little fade. And I could jump into auto here. And I could add a fade as well, but I'm going to not do that. So you can start to see how you can layer audio on top of each other, and through different effects such as fading in, fading out, you can create sort of a nice blend across the timeline. Your assignment's going to be 2 to 5 minutes long. Mine's a little shorter at this point, but what we have is the imported audio file, which is sort of an intro music. Then we've recorded audio using the audio interface, and we've got just about all of the necessities for the assignment. Let's see, I've already saved. So let's go down, take a quick look at the Mina library. When I click on this button, it opens up. The first time you do this, it might ask you to agree to the terms of service. And if you're interested in taking a look at some of this audio, you can agree to the terms of service. I'm going to move over and show one of my other audio tracks here. Now, what this is open source or available through the Aviary service tracks of audio chunks. I can go through here and let's say Drama Drones is a CD. I will. There's some intros here. I can take a listen by clicking on the play. Okay, that's sort of interesting. So if I found a track that I liked, I could click on it and just pull it up into the track here, and there you go. I'm going to shrink this library down by clicking the library button. And I've just added some of the Aviary provided music to the track. Here, let's get the effect of audio and music. Audio assignment for the full description of what you'll narrate. And when you're done, you can click stop recording. Now, the tracks that are available through the library, feel free to use those if you would like. But you can also import audio file or other kinds of other kinds of audio. It doesn't have to be just music into your project. But I do require that you have at least one some other kind of audio other than your narration in the assignment. I'm going to click on this and delete it. When I open the library up one more time, note that there's the quantum tracks, Aviary, these beats, etc. And so these are all different libraries that you can take a look at.